Hello, my name is Yves Punie. I am Senior Researcher at the European Commission Institute for Prospective Technological Studies and Research Coordinator of our research on ICT for Learning and Inclusion. And it is a real honor and pleasure for me to present to you today this special issue of the European Journal of Education on ICT and Education. Why? Because I think it's the first time that the journal dedicates a special issue on ICTs, on technologies for learning and education and training, while it has now become really clear that technologies and ICTs are really becoming very powerful for learning, but also we know that a real breakthrough of e-learning or ICT-enabled learning in education and training has not been realized yet. While at the same time, students, teachers, learners are using heavily ICT. So what this special issue wants to do is to take stock of progress, to provide a critical review of the existing evidence, and to open the discussion on how to change education and training to meet the challenges of 21st century learning and society. So let me provide you a quick overview of the different contributions. We start with a scoop. We present you the results of a very recent European survey, results from autumn 2011, a survey on the use of ICT in schools, providing evidence and providing recent research on the state of development of use of ICT in schools by teachers, by students, and also looking at the competences and the skills to use these ICTs by teachers and students. Then we have a contribution providing a more deeper, you could say, statistical analysis, looking at the PISA 2009 data and the causality or not relationships between availability of computers and student outcomes. And the results of this exercise is being discussed in this contribution. The next contribution actually comes from OECD work on technology and education by people who work at the OECD, reviewing the different studies that the OECD has been undertaking in the area, and also presenting innovative learning environments as an integrating framework to better understand the use of ICT or the integration of ICT in education and training. The next contribution looks at open educational resources. This is becoming now a very much a hot topic. Some call it even a tsunami affecting education and training. And this contribution looks at current definitions of OER and provides a more historical and socioeconomic context to better understand the possible impact and transformational potential of OER for transforming education and training in Europe. The next contribution looks at assessment, and gives a number of examples, cases, to show how ICT is being used for assessment, but not only for traditional assessment, but also for new ways of assessing so-called 21st century skills and competences. We also have a contribution then looking at teacher training, and to see how teachers can use ICT, online learning environments, in this case online learning environments within the network of e-twinning, and see how the e-twinning learning events model can be used for as an alternative model for teacher training and for teachers acquiring, for example, pedagogical competences related to the use of ICT. And finally, we have a contribution providing an analysis and an overview of one-to-one learning initiatives in Europe, One Laptop for Child's initiative, tablets for students in schools. It provides an overview and also a framework to analyze and understand what, in terms of innovation and the innovative potential of these initiatives in Europe. I think this special issue aligns very well at this moment with discussions at the European level on the role of education in Europe 2020. Recently, the Commission in November 2012 presented a communication on rethinking education, And it announced also in this communication a new initiative to be launched in in the summer 2013 on opening up education, dealing with actually and looking at to better use the potential of ICT to modernize and innovate education and training in Europe. If you want, the cross-cutting message through all these different contributions is actually that the major issues are not related to technologies as such. What it actually argues across all contributions is that we are dealing with new ways of learning, new ways of assessing, new ways of learning content, and also new competences, transversal competences, 21st century skills that are needed for our society and economy. And ICTs are enablers to make these changes possible, and that we wanted to highlight in this special issue. I wish you good luck and all the pleasure in going through the articles and the different contributions, and of course do not hesitate to contact the different authors of the different contributions. Thank you. Bye bye.